And my mama laugh is like infectious. Like it's not like, like nigga, she cat open mouth laughing. Nigga.
Say she gone.
Yeah.
Oh, we on the air? I don't own that either, by the way. Hey man, if you can hear me, if you can see me, that can only mean it's another week of Our Opinion Podcast. You know, the one crazy podcast that talks about everything you talk about without your opinion. Yeah, that's us, man.
That's us.
I'm voice 1.
Hey, yo, I'm voice 2.
And I'm voice 3.
Hey, I'm going to get this out the way before I even deal with the politics of the show. Here's my guy to say it. Just because y'all broke up, deleting the pictures don't mean that you didn't do it to her. It doesn't mean that you didn't, you did.
Can't take it back.
You can't take it back.
You can't undo.
You cannot unsuck
You
it.
can't unsuck it.
You can't.
I don't know if you know, but I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah.
Because I be going to people's page and I be like, oh, she's single. Okay. It was just 43 pictures here. But okay. I mean, it's a lot of work to go through the pictures and delete them. You had memories, you made them. You got 4 kids, nigga. I mean, what do you... Okay. I just forgot to throw that out there. Today's show is sponsored by, and thank you too, Autumn Fresh Cleaning Services, LLC.
Just
where cleaning has a feel to it. Shout out and thank you to I Believe. I Believe is a lifestyle brand for anyone that believes in something greater than themselves. You delete them pictures, you think it's small. I need you to think a little bit bigger.
No, you got to
man.
get rid of all evidence, man or woman.
Yeah, then you go post.
You're not leaving no girl on your page.
Man, go to my pictures. I don't undelete. It's
You
there.
you don't undelete.
I don't. I
You
mean, I
don't
don't delete.
you
I
know,
don't delete. I don't delete.
Undelete would mean upload.
My bad.
Oh, y'all still together?
Exactly.
I don't delete though. It's posted. It posted. It's there.
It's a memory.
It's a memory. It just I only delete it when Facebook takes it upon themselves to remind you.
Why delete it then?
October 2nd, nigga. We don't
It's
even
still
know this now.
still,
over.
still the same memory.
Yeah, well, we gonna delete it from reposting, nigga.
I can understand deleting it, but going through all your memories.
That's a lot. That's all I'm saying. That's
Yeah,
all I'm saying.
like-
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
This is the only picture you have of him and your son at his first birthday.
And it's really a good picture.
Well,
It's really a good picture.
yeah, now you deleted this nigga for fatherhood.
Not
Yeah.
delete.
I was a bad husband, not a bad dad.
What are we doing here? What are we doing
Delete
here?
Or
me
just a
from
bad
just me and you
boy.
pictures.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel it. I wouldn't delete the kid if you had kids with the person.
I just leave it alone. Just make
I
two
don't think
pictures.
I've ever. I don't
just
think
post your
I
new
don't
girl
think
more.
I've ever posted enough to have to delete.
Just post your new girl more. It's gonna swipe all them pictures down anyways on the timeline.
Yeah,
So just
nah,
keep
it-
just
He said,
upload
it
This
don't
more.
gonna
look-
build. This gonna build.
But stuff
Ain't
like
no-
that-
if somebody scrolling that far down and they stalking you.
Yeah, what you doing here?
Stuff like that don't seem genuine though. That's what I don't like.
When you deleted stuff like that.
No. When you just post every picture is you and a new girl now.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
It's like,
I
dang.
don't
Well,
like
how
that.
many new girls you could?
Yeah. And then I don't like when girls break up with a dude. Now all of a sudden you dress more like salacious and sexy, and it's like
Available. They dress available.
hussy,
Gotcha.
Jezebel,
That's it.
scallywag.
Oh wow! Now y'all have gone too far. Y'all have gone
nigga.
too far.
Hey,
Now
I
you
guess that's
dressing
just
all sexy.
That's their way of saying,
If you would have dressed like that, you probably still be in a relationship.
Yeah, you're
or
right.
not. Some men don't. Some men have a problem with it.
Oh shit.
Oh my
I
god.
don't. Okay.
So y'all, so you mean to tell me the same way that a single woman is out here with her titties out, with just pasties on, wearing a shirt, and she going out to the bar, if that's the type of woman that
Is it
you,
still National Women's Month?
It is.
yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna
still
leave it alone,
March,
then.
is it not?
I'm gonna leave it alone.
Got a couple
then.
more.
I'm
a couple
saying
weeks.
you want your lady to go out with you like that
No.
too?
Ask me in
No.
April.
No,
Ask me in April.
I'm just saying, like, if you didn't do it,
No, they might have done it, and they kind of was more conservative when they got in a relationship out of
Now that I'm
respect
in
for
a
their
relationship, I'm
relationship.
gonna be respectful,
Now that
but
they're
now-
not, yeah, that's how usually
how
it
it
goes.
yeah, that's crazy.
Ask me in April.
I'm just saying.
Exactly.
That's usually how. Think about how many times you really see
Wish a nigga
the
would.
difference. See what I mean? See what I mean? Now I'm all for you don't let yourself go because you're in a relationship, but you're definitely not going to dress the same way you would as if you're trying to purposely get
That's like-
attention
yeah.
versus you keeping your man's attention. That's two different attentions.
You might be trying to get my
That's
attention
true.
back too.
That's true.
I'm saying, or she trying to get your attention back.
Because to me, that's what it
And
looks
then-
like.
But then obviously that means
man.
That's what it looks like to me.
And that might- it
That's
might
what
work.
it looks like.
Well, let me have
It's a
this.
cry for help.
it might work.
It's a cry for
I'm
help.
gonna let y'all
I
have
don't
it.
think it
This.
was a cry for help.
What my boy say? We ain't hiring.
I'm still looking for a job, man. We ain't hiring.
We ain't even trying to hear your story.
Yeah.
Hey man, I wanna go have a conversation, man. What do you guys think about? And it may or may not apply, but I'm sure that we've seen it done, so to speak, in some point in our life, right? I'm not speaking to parents that were halfway decent and you just kind of disagree with. I'm talking about parents that sucked as parents,
Okay.
but have mastered grandparenting. Have you guys ever like, man, I know for sure that you was not nothing as a parent, but you are like a awesome grandparent, bro.
You mean like, is that a part of my life?
No.
Or have I witnessed
That's
it?
why I say it may not apply to you, but I'm sure we've all witnessed it at some point.
Well, I mean, it would depend on how much you was in somebody else's home to know that they were a shitty parent and the greatest grandparent.
Yeah.
So normally only you would be able to determine that unless
Yeah.
you was in the house with somebody.
Well, I'll flip it this way then. Have you guys seen your parents kind of be a little more docile or softer or a little more attentive, a little more engaged, a little more with the grandparents? And definitely, like, nigga, you wasn't like that. Am I like, nigga, you ain't even, I had to remind you I had a game. You Johnny on the spot.
Definitely like softer, like slower too. But that comes with age as well.
Well, on my end, all of my nieces and nephews, I think my parents are the same. Now they softened up as we got older. So, but the same parenting, like when we were like my nephews and nieces' age, the way they treat them is the same way we got treated. Like because it was like there was no difference. Like, of course, it was like the sibling. My sister is the oldest. My brother is the middle. I'm the baby. So some things my sister couldn't do till she got to a certain age, I was able to do a little earlier. As far as like our nieces and nephews or their children, my brother has children, my sister has children. They treated the same way until probably they reach that age to where it's like, but as far as like discipline wise, responsibility, same way they taught us and instilled in us when we were their ages. Because my oldest nephew is 12.
Okay.
Youngest is 4. So
I think for me, I haven't seen, like, my parents weren't the worst. There's some things I disagree with, and I thought they sucked at, but pause.
Well, not pause on your mama. But
Yeah, just some niggas just be, you gotta just say it. You gotta open up your life. Just, good morning, pause. Like, what? Huh?
Yeah.
you opened your mouth too wide.
Yeah, like, what? They weren't the worst, man. However, I think that there are some things. My mom tells me, like, man, when your kid's over here, like, you're not the parent. Like, huh?
This my
Like,
house.
it's my house where I say go, like, huh? Like,
whatever your house rules are, don't apply
like,
over here.
like my mama got,
We meet y'all in the driveway.
yeah, like like they spill stuff on the couch or we just get it up. Huh?
Okay.
They got a TV in the living room now? What?
we can't even sit in the living
Yeah, you
room.
can
let
keep your
alone-
shoes on. You can fall asleep on the couch. Nigga, what? I didn't know what my living room looked like until I was 21. It was roped off. You can't even go that way. Nigga.
Not even looking there.
I've been going to the back door my whole life.
Whoa, pause. That's
The back door.
a pause. That's a
You say there.
That's a pause
There
moment,
you
okay?
needed it.
that's when you. I'm just saying.
Using the back door.
Yeah, it's a simple adjustment. That's all. That's all. It's just a simple adjustment.
Timing is everything.
That's all it is.
Yeah, man.
Finish your story. Go ahead.
It's your world.
I opened up with that right though, because I think it's I also think it's actually kind of dope, man. In some cases it's a way to reconcile with the parent.
Okay.
Like, man, I forgive you for what you did or didn't do for or with me.
Yeah.
And I'm going
Because you're making up for it.
I have grace by just allowing these kids to see the best version of you that I may or may not have seen. However, it may be a window in some cases where we grow and reconcile some things. Sometimes we don't. Excuse me. And it's like, hey, we are what we are.
Yeah.
What happened, but you are awesome to them.
And
so
I won't take that away from you.
I'm not gonna steal that from them.
Right.
And I think it's really, really, really dope. Which leads me to my next point. As a godmom, man, like, and as parents though, we all have kids. What are some of the things that you kind of like notice, like that you appreciate your parents for, because you kind of stick to those guns while raising your kids? Because it's like, hey man, I really kind of appreciate you for that one, Bird. Like,
Yeah.
I do that with mine too. Obviously, there's some things we'd be like, I'm gonna ever do that in my household with my kids. But
for me though, I don't have a lot of I'll nevers.
Yeah.
Honestly.
wow, really,
Real talk. I don't
Yeah,
have a lot of I try
what
and
was
copy and paste type of thing.
okay.
As much as possible. Like plagiarism.
you
real.
better listen. You better put in that
No, it's
footnote
just-
where
it's
this
just
came
dope.
from.
It's just dope to hear you say that.
This
though.
originated.
Because most
I ain't
cases,
even giving props. this is plagiarism.
This is plagiarism. I'm letting you know.
I'm not citing the source.
I didn't write this book.
This is me.
no, but in most cases, people be like, "Nah, nigga, I'm not ever raising my kids that way." Like,
Yeah, no, I don't think it was nothing necessarily done that needed like a big drastic change. Like
gotcha.
Yeah.
Outside of just the being present.
Okay,
You know what I mean? Like outside of that, everything else, no, we gonna run it back. Because
I respect that, though.
I feel
That's
like
how. My experience has always been like that. Like my parents were present for all of us. Like we didn't lack, and if we did struggle or anything like that, we never knew.
well, I even mean,
And so, but I'm just in just the basics of home. Like, there's nothing outside of what I was taught and how I was raised to pass that on. There's nothing that I will withhold and say, "Oh yeah, no, we definitely not." Like,
yeah.
for me, it's the verbiage. There were some ways. Let me say this, just for the sake of just saying it. I love my parents. Got a decent relationship with them both. This is not I'm just the eyeball here in this scenario, nigga. So relax. You don't even
Just
know your
speaking your
daddy.
truth,
Yeah, you don't even
okay?
know your daddy. Who is he?
which
Okay,
one is he?
Carry on, nigga, and subscribe while you at it. Race to 150.
Race
Yeah.
to 150.
Race to 150.
But there are some, like, the verbiage. My mom used to say things, man, and I copied and pasted those things with my kids.
Okay.
And then I realized, like, oh no, that doesn't work, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That is, nigga, who taught you that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know where that came from.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing that. I feared my dad growing up. Like, I'm calling you daddy. No, please don't call that nigga. Then I became that guy, and it's like, I don't want to be that nigga either. I'd rather them have a fear of me. Like, man, damn, why you gotta call him? You
And
know
more
he
so
finna-
like a fear of disappointment.
yeah,
not
like
a
he
fear
finna
of,
send me through the ringer of just
Both.
yeah.
I don't think you should be scared of your parents somewhere. It's like, oh Lord,
not petrified, but
let me-
definitely
I
like
gotta run and hide. They coming.
Like I can get because I
I
know
lift my
kids-
hand up. You better flinch. Go to scratch my head.
I'm saying,
yeah.
come here, son.
Not you giving the
Yo,
kid
relax, nigga. Yeah, relax,
PTSD.
boy, get your ass over here. Then niggas like, get your ass over here. Those things didn't work for me, man. I had to learn how to like talk to my kids. Like you gotta have they are human beings, man.
They what?
They people that's real life.
Okay. Yeah. Jesus.
You know, Indian in the cover. Indian in the cover.
They Homo sapiens.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Little people.
They start off fake.
They
They turn real.
And then they
Yeah. The more you feed them, the more they grow.
Now you see, now you know. Nigga. Yeah, here I am. But they are real people, man, that have real personalities.
real feelings.
They have real feelings. They have real likes and dislikes. You have to get to know your kids, man.
Are they validated though? I don't.
Yes, they're validated.
All right,
Not your kid-
step into that.
At a
So,
certain age.
at what point do you feel like, man, your opinion is like it's not warranted here?
He said now. Until you're gone.
On
You
what
don't have
premise
no.
though?
I think the
I don't want hamburgers tonight, Dad.
the inhale and exhale of breath. What do you?
What do you mean?
What do you do? No, I'm joking. I don't really consult them for a lot of stuff. Truthfully, honestly, like, I just know what's best for you. Like, until you get to a point where you're making decisions on your own, I believe like we have to make the best decision for you.
But do you hear them out if they might have some questions behind what it is that you're choosing for them, or the why? If they have a why are you choosing this option for me and not?
That's never that's not saying that's never a thing, but it's never a thing. Like, there's never been questions.
So just trust when my parents say this is what it is.
For the most part, yeah.
So
Even like I'm now allowing them to like more so like explore like themselves, and I'm saying that based on
Can't explore yourself.
you said
good
ain't
enough.
ain't no doors. Ain't no doors. You
Okay.
get how you feel. Get how you live. Nah, but
Can't shut it, so hey, one way or another, you better figure it out.
I'll be back in about 5 minutes, man. I'm
quick.
gonna make my round.
Lights
Make it
out
quick, my
at
boy.
night.
My man in the driveway, by the way.
Yeah.
Nasty.
Of course, knowing all of our kids' personality, you know what I mean? Like, the decision is made based off their personality. Like, okay, I know he's like this, so I'm not going, you know what I mean? So it's more so based off like their personality. Okay, he can take a little more of responsibility than the others. So based on that, hey, my decision for you is this. You do that. But I'm allowing them, all of them too, like getting dressed and stuff like that. Like, how do you want to dress? You know what I mean? Like, how do you?
How you feeling today?
Now, if it's a whack outfit, hey, my man,
What you doing?
what's your last name? Gregory, right? Like, you,
Okay, you better act
boy.
like it.
You got some jokes for the day, my nigga? They finna roast you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Wear your Timbs, because you're going to be fighting by the
yeah,
end of the day.
100%. But the good thing is, my kids also trust me as well. So
I got you.
they're all saying, okay, Dad, I got an outfit. What you think about this?
Yeah.
Okay, what you think about this? So, like, in those decisions, like, they're still leaning on us for guidance. And I feel like that's the perfect thing. Like, I want you to make your own decisions. And I understand, like, as you're getting older, I'm going to be less accessible to you.
I feel like it's
You more
like
of just like a standby.
it's like high school basketball. Coaches pretty much got their team.
Yeah.
They just run a tryout just for the sake of running a tryout and say that they did.
Yeah.
But I kind of know who I am. I think it's kind of that way with parenting, in my opinion. I kind of know what I'm going to do already. Mm-hmm. I just kind of give you the benefit of the doubt. But like, hey, what y'all want to eat tonight? And everybody say they peace. Yeah, but I'm not buying that tonight.
That's probably the only thing we kind of give them an option in.
Yeah, you
with
know what I
food.
mean?
Is what they
Like
gonna
how
eat.
you feeling tonight?
Yeah,
I do-
and that's
I-
also depending on like budget.
Now, do y'all have the household of making multiple meals?
But no, we definitely ain't doing that.
No,
Or-
only multiple meal is for Kayla because she don't
Right.
eat like
She eat meat, just not the
not like
no,
produce.
Okay.
meat. You know what I mean?
It's produced.
yeah. Right, it's organic.
Just only organic, all organic.
Sent from heaven.
Can't get more natural than that.
Natural than that. Hey, yeah.
Okay,
Nah, but
gotta go.
she don't eat like beef and pork and chicken and stuff like that. So that's probably the only
Right, she has her
alterations that's happened in the food. But
I for sure do based off
than
the
that.
budget. I might be like, what y'all want. However, like for the most part, it's like when I know it's not, I'm not giving you an option. I kind of tell you when the day start. And I ain't buying no fast food today. Mm-hmm. You niggas just gonna eat
whatever
cook
we
today.
have.
Yeah, and if you don't eat,
Yeah, then you
there ain't no snacks, ain't no sweets, ain't no nigga.
Because now because if you ain't hungry for food,
you
ain't hungry.
Now
for
you ain't
nothing
hungry
else.
because you don't get what you desire. Come on, man, that's not.
Yeah,
you bugging now. You bugging.
Go on a fast.
But the
Go
idea,
right, go ahead.
Yeah.
You want to go to bed hungry?
you on a
Be
12
my
hour
guest.
fast, man. And when you wake up in the morning, guess what's gonna be for breakfast? What you didn't eat last night. Nigga.
Now that used to be my thing.
Bread from heaven.
I've always been a picky eater.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my mama was you either gonna eat what I cook, eat it now, or you gonna eat it for breakfast.
Yeah.
And then lunch the next day and dinner. Whew. They used to be trying
like this
times.
nigga off
I used
cooking.
to sit. I used to share my
still have to
food.
eat my peas.
Yeah, that's exactly how I like. That's how I used to be. So as soon as my mom, when she would leave the room, her and my dad, my sister would be like, "Put it on my plate." My brother, "Put it on my plate." Then I eat a couple, put a little bit. I leave it in my jaws and be like, "I gotta go to the bathroom."
So you
Spit it
were
out.
trained at a young age how to
divvy it up. Heck yeah, my
No,
siblings.
no.
All the stuff in my jaws. Y'all trifling.
No, you're trifling.
It's not me. I was talking about food.
You're trifling.
I was talking about
You know,
food.
you know.
Sick-minded individual.
God never leaves yourself without a witness. I'm in the word. It's biblical. I don't fight me, Phil. Don't fight me. You know what I'm saying? Take it over God. You know what I mean?
Whatever. But I was that kid. Like,
no, I think, like I said, I think that I think time changes too, man. Like, as much as parenting it's hard, first of all, as much as it is a dictatorship, it is also an opportunity to kind of learn as you go, man. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't just be walking around just slinging out orders. Like your kids.
like y'all be slinging it.
That's different. It's kind of
No.
it kind of benefit everybody.
I don't think you should be slinging neither one.
That's the ball.
Not all willy-nilly.
But the concept the idea came from I was watching Fresh Prince.
Okay.
And remember earlier, the first season when Will met Ashley, and like they had these lists of things for her to do, like tennis and then band.
Yeah.
And she really hated all of that shit.
Yeah.
And then at one point, she was just like, "Yeah, Mom, but I hate ballet." He's like, "What?"
Yeah. Like since
"Nah,
when?
Dad, I
like
hate
I've
this."
always
like I
hated
always
it.
hated it.
I
And
did
he's
it
like,
to please y'all.
Yeah, like, and I think in parenting that happens so often. Whether it's like my uncle always wanted to box, so he lived this dream out through me. I so happened to fall in love with it.
Yeah.
That doesn't always happen though.
Yeah.
Right.
Then, well, a person is not you. That's why I be like at my son basketball games. I kind of try to be Bruce Banner. Like, I don't want to be the hog, bro. I'm just chilling. He might just be doing this might be cool now.
Mm-hmm.
Like he might be like, nigga, I'm straight on this.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't gotta go.
This
I want to
bond.
play.
Yeah,
Because I want to
like,
play. Cause
I want to make friends.
my dad.
Yeah, like,
or that
I'm
too.
chilling.
Yeah, my buddy got on the team, so let me get on the team too, so I can,
And then my argument is like when you commit to something. Oh, I'm on you, bro.
No, and that
Yeah,
that's
when you make
definitely-
that decision, to
Yeah.
this is what you want. Yeah, now you got to put in
But
the
I
real
think
work for it.
oftentimes parents, in particular fathers, are really hard on their kids, man, when they do something, bro. And it's because they used to do it. And I know the coach and
Yeah.
Right.
I also don't see nothing wrong with that.
And to what degree, what you mean?
Like the being hard on, especially as a father, and to your son. Like
I don't either.
kind of being hard on him in a sense.
If you commit to, if you say, yeah, Dad, this is what I want to do.
Also, once I
I'm
start
on you.
spending money,
I mean, that's debatable too, though.
Yeah.
like once I
Now,
start,
when money is involved,
once
you
I
really
start
committed.
like really
But
divvying out money,
at that time, I feel like you committed. Like you notice
so,
what you want
and
to do.
that's like that's something that we're kind of going through now with my oldest son, where it's like, hey, all the things that you want us to pay for, I don't see you doing that for free. So I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to pay for it. Like you don't want it that much.
Yeah.
Whereas like if you're not going to put the work in yourself, why am I going to pay for
paying
you
the
to go
money?
do
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
And I can
Just
spend that
so
money
you can
elsewhere.
say you did it.
Yeah, and then that's
Find
not
something free to
Which-
say
so
that
again,
you
like I
did
said,
it. If that's
we
the
got
case.
we got a slab in our backyard with a court with a rim. I don't see you
back there.
Putting
back
them
there
shots.
practice. Yeah.
I don't see you putting up
But see,
shots.
and that's what I mean. Like, far as commitment, like you ain't committed.
Yeah.
Because I know a problem with our kids. black kids I'm talking about. I only been black for 34 years. White people, I give you a little credit. We don't do our sport 365. We only go to practice when it's between practice hours. Not all, but a lot of our kids, bro, only go to practice when during practice
until
hours.
they reach a certain
like,
level.
And the other kids in the dome, like all year, like getting it in, like early in the morning doing
then you
stuff.
also have to think about that too, though. Some of those
That's
children,
commitment to me.
But see, some of those children are not there
is being pushed by
for their
parents.
own. Yeah, I'm like they're not there on their own will.
I
they're
believe that
pushed
too.
to, and it pushes them to the point where now I don't even have a passion for it. I don't even want to do it because it's not fun anymore. Now it becomes a mandatory job, and it's like it's like I want to enjoy it and do it, but the extra pressure of it.
Even our kids, like even some of our kid, like black kids, like they're being pushed into this.
I agree with that too, though.
And I understand it. Like it's
a catch-22 though.
It's a bag on the other side.
Yeah, it's a catch-22.
So I understand. Like, okay, if I can get you to this point, I see where you can kind of take this. I ain't even just saying the NBA. Like you go overseas, you go to the G. Like it's so many different avenues to get money in sports now. To where it's like, no, I can if I push you, kind of do all of the front load, of you know what I mean, up front. On the back end, you know what I mean. It'll more so be worth it.
Well, see. So speaking of that, I think the problem I have with parents, black parents, what happens when we see a kid, man, 230, 6'5"? We like, nigga,
you be playing some type of like nigga. That's not my passion.
We limit our kids to two sports, bro.
Basketball,
basketball, football. When it's like, broaden the horizon, man. Like you might get the effort that you. I guess that's what my argument is. The effort that you want out of him or her may come when you put him or her in the sport that they want to be in.
It might not be a sport.
It might not. It might be chess.
Yeah.
Nigga, you could travel the world playing an instrument,
that big,
bro.
But some people that big is uncoordinated.
Yeah,
so it's like you're big.
Just don't like it. Like,
because,
they look gay, but it's neither here.
Even still, like imagine broke gay you and then rich gay you. Which one you want to be?
You can buy your way at the straight.
Not buy your way at the straight.
No,
I'm teasing. I'm teasing. But
if you got a kid, he's 6'5" and 2 something. No, my nigga need to be dunking or tackling something.
But if he can't and he's just not, if he don't have that wheel,
you could travel the world playing a violin.
He'll end up injured more than anything because that ain't what he want to do.
Or you can do this, get a full ride, get a scholarship, and then once you do all of that, then you can just go and be because you got. Well, it was just a white dude, 33 years old, been in the league for 10 years. This nigga did the bare minimum in the NBA. And he retired. Now he got an NBA pension. You don't know this nigga name.
Yeah, he's set for life.
That's 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, I get the business aspect of it, but in reality, I just feel like, but you could travel the world playing the trumpet. Literally travel the world.
Yeah, like and make bank like you are nigga, you on an NFL team or an NBA team.
They got it nowadays, nigga. You can play. You get paid to be a geek. You can play the game, nigga, and get $50K.
Yes.
That's true.
I guess what I'm just
though.
Yeah, like
no,
there's so many avenues.
I get it.
That if you can everything is it's a lot of Olympic sports. You can teach your daughter how to play volleyball or nigga twirl the ribbons.
Yeah, and it's literally
it's an Olympic sport. You get paid like we just limit our kids based off height and size, and we be like do this, and our kids be like. So now what all our kids say? I want to be LeBron or I want to be Tariq Hill. Like it's like nah, nigga. It's black kids just started playing soccer within the last 5 years, bro. Now everywhere we go, it's a soccer field.
Nah, I
think that's super dope.
Yeah,
like,
I used to play soccer back in the day.
Let's get it. Like my daughter want to play. I'm like, okay, I want you to play volleyball. Please don't go into cheerleading. Baby, please don't be a cheerleader because I don't want to go to Vegas.
But you can get money for that too.
Yeah, but I got to spend a lot of money.
Was the ball still black and white back then too? Or that's how it started and they just kept it in black and white? When you played.
About as round as your belly and as black as your shirt.
Wasn't even the ball back then. They just running around just go on. No, man, I just think that just as parents, man, I think it's our due diligence and our obligation to When I hear that saying, I raise you to be better than me, I strictly think that's deemed on opportunity. In order for you to be better than me, I have to present you with more opportunities to do such a thing. I can't say, I can't solely say that I did this, I experienced it, so I'm going to teach you the opposite. Yeah, that's going to work too. However, I may show you some things that I never got made privy to, bro. I never was made aware of, so now you're better than me, ideally, hopefully, because you have the opportunity to do so.
Yeah.
I think that's
your
what,
options are
I think
broad.
that's
Yeah,
what
you
it
got some of
should
the
be.
options.
I think that's what it should be. I think when people say, I'm giving you, or I'm trying to I'm trying to give
Sing,
I'm
Dennis.
trying to give you a life
that I never had.
that I never had.
You robbed me, though, because you never had it.
Yeah, usually people equate that to like material things.
Yeah.
It's never like teachable moments. Like,
Some
you know what I
it's
mean?
like it just depends,
really,
like financially.
really wait to have sex. Like,
Yeah, all of that.
I understand like your body is gonna say this. I understand how you feel, but understand like why you should do this.
Yeah.
Why you should
Giving the why
hold
behind
out.
something.
You know what I mean? Like
makes a kid.
I think that's like
Accept
I think that's
it.
the real thing behind
Transparency.
why you should rate like the whole I'm teaching you better than I, or I'm giving you what I didn't have when I grew up. Like more so wisdom and knowledge,
and
not just
morals and all
material.
Because and I agree with that, because I feel as if though parenting is hard enough and you learn as you go.
100%.
So for me to limit myself and say I'm trying to give you what I never had or raise you to be better than me, it's like where there's no opportunity for me to learn, because my kid gonna make me want to be better anyways. So I'm getting better, nigga, by raising you as I go. Like I don't know, maybe as a man, I feel like if you have a kid, bro, and you don't hold that kid and look at that kid, and you feel like you want to do better. What's up with you, bro?
Yeah, no, I
You're a
definitely
dork.
agree.
Yeah, like what's up with you, bro?
No, I definitely agree.
So when I hear people say that, it's like I'll be like, yeah, that's the bare minimum, though. I want to raise you to be better than me. Yeah, but what does that mean, though?
But like Dennis said, it's a broad and category.
Yeah. But I don't think it's limited. Not saying that you're saying that. I don't think it's limited to just your experience and what you've been through.
Well,
and what
that's
you
bad.
learned.
I mean, well, that's the
That's
only way
even
that
what
you.
I haven't experienced.
But that,
That's
yeah,
what
I
I'm
would
saying.
say
Yeah,
that
like,
you
because
only.
I'm learning as I go.
Yeah.
And I'm giving you more. I used to clean for a school in Bloomfield, bro. And the opportunity that these kids had, we don't have in the inner city. They had a place where you can literally be a geek. After school, you can go up there, plug your game into the TV, and spend 5 hours up there and go play the game. They had a built-in studio where you can do radio. They had swim. They had band. They had all types of stuff. And what do we have at the black schools? Cheerleading, basketball,
thieves,
football.
too. A lot of thieves.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Band,
And
depending on what.
band. And it's like opportunity isn't. We don't have a lot, so it's up for the parents to be like, and I think I can do a better job at that with my kids.
Yeah,
Like
I think
presenting them with different opportunities. Like, man, let me take y'all to this.
what that's called though.
Because I want my kids to play baseball. You can sign $100 million check in baseball, break your arm today, never play a game. Guess what you get paid? $100 million.
Yeah.
Guaranteed money.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed money. And it's a fun sport.
NBA is like that too though. But
I was like, but certain. I mean, it just.
It's partially
no,
guaranteed,
I'm
though,
joking.
right?
Yeah, I'm joking.
I was about
But
to say,
see,
they don't
that
get
type of
guaranteed.
stuff
Yeah, I'm
comes from. I mean, even though your like your school, middle school, elementary, because and then but some high schools introduce more sports in that realm versus middle and elementary. So that's when you have to put them in outside sports in order for them to have that experience, because they're not necessarily going to get it from school. So there are actual avenues, like PAL. PAL has football, baseball, I believe basketball now too as well. And maybe even, I know they believe they do soccer now too.
Like a power thing?
Yeah,
Probably
I believe
so.
so, because the field is used for all of that. I mean, that the old Tiger Stadium is now the PAL's
headquarters.
It is.
and they have all their games and stuff there. So it's like you got to find those outside avenues. But I mean, most of the outside avenues are going to cost.
Yeah, I think the most important thing you should do as a parent is just exposure. At the end of the day,
That's it.
At the end of the day,
Yep.
exposing them to positive outlets.
Yeah.
Things that they can like. I don't know if you're gonna like this.
Right.
try it,
and
that's
don't
something
limit it
that,
based off what you like as a parent.
Yeah, and that's
Like,
something
I
that,
like-
And that's
Well,
why I
he
say
talks
you
to
can
my
ask
kids
questions.
about, like,
what are you
hey,
interested in?
especially my oldest son now that he's in high school. It's like if you like it, try it. Like, and if you don't,
Then trial and error.
it ain't like
You
I don't
try-
know what
it wasn't
is.
like
Yeah,
you didn't
I
try and
tried
be like,
it,
oh, I don't like
and
it.
it wasn't
How do
what
you
I
know?
liked.
You didn't try.
Yeah,
But
so,
if you try,
Because there's so much dope stuff out here, man, to where it's just like, bro, our kids, black kids, could be doing so much. And because we'll be watching stuff like, ain't no black kids here. How many of us have been exposed to that sport, nigga?
Mm-hmm.
Like, of course we ain't there. We ain't been exposed to it.
Yeah.
So it's frowned upon.
yeah. And I mean, it's also the
and then
environment.
a lot of
It's
other
just
sports
like,
ain't like as sexy as
or appealing that
or appealing as the sports
the
that
main.
we like.
I agree.
We like soccer because you're really able to like, and I think it's growing now, especially in the black community, because like you have really big soccer players that kids are loving now, but you're able to be like identified as this person, where you got, you know what I mean, other sports. It ain't a whole lot of swag.
nobody that
Fencing.
look like you. Yeah,
You ain't gonna find too
Yeah.
many people unless they were trying to go to the Olympics.
Unless you punish
right?
taking your ass to fencing.
Yeah, but
like, you
it's
know.
not as attractive as all of the other sports.
And there's no denying that though. I mean I respect that too. I do. Again, it's just I think hey, let's just broaden the horizon because I love to watch Olympic sports, all of them, and they be stuff I be watching like nigga. I wonder if I would ever. That's kind of dope. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, but I'm just for the sake of
Yeah.
I'm saying it's a lot of
Yeah.
what they deem now as Olympic sports that weren't always considered Olympic.
And just made up.
Sports.
Like
So
break dancing.
Yeah.
well, the break. I don't even know why they even. How did they even start?
There
I
were
don't know. How did that white lady get there?
yeah.
No,
There was a
first of all,
bunch of
she
people.
clearly sent a fake video in.
That
She did
was
not
crazy.
audition.
No,
She
that's-
did. She didn't have like she did. Somebody
That
they
was
replaced
crazy.
her with the real person. It was like,
That's one.
go
of
ahead
them-
and do it.
That's one of the
That's-
things where money gets you what you want.
No, that's
and
one of the
Money
things.
didn't
when
even get.
You lie
She
on your
snuck
application.
in.
You lie on your application.
And here you on the job.
Ain't think
put
you
you
was
in
on-
there
yeah.
and you did.
She got there and said, "Oh,
That's
oh,
what
y'all,
happened when you
so
play
all
too
the
much.
Cameras gonna be on."
I'm starting.
Oh, I'm doing this now.
Wait.
Oh, in public. Wait.
Oh,
Like, national
this airing
television,
today.
yes.
No, we're live in 5,
4,
four.
3.
Hey, yeah.
Camera 1 rolling.
Like, okay.
I mean, so
Okay.
what about the parent who raised you to be a certain way, characteristics, behavior, mannerisms, and that nigga the total opposite. I mean, the total opposite. You'd be like, bro, what you on, fam?
I think that comes from one of those I want you to be better than I was
true.
type situations
Where
I
it's
can agree
like
with
I
that.
didn't. It's like
I can agree to that.
You can't
I
tell
had
me.
the opportunity to be better and I chose not to. But I want to give you that opportunity to now you can see what happens when you don't want to do better.
That's the bigger
versus-
scheme. I'm talking about the parent that's just something simple as that. Hey man, close your mouth when you chew. And nigga, everything you eat, bro, you smacking. Like nigga, who taught you this? Why are you teaching me this? To the parent who's like, hey man, don't hang around these certain kind of people. Nigga, you hang around nothing but bums and moochers. Like you're the total opposite.
But that's
I can
that I
understand
want
what
you
you're
to
saying,
be better
but
than
I-
me.
'cause I also
agree with what she's
understand-
saying,
I
though.
want you to make better decisions than I do.
I don't think that a person.
It's like I'm stuck in this. You still have a chance.
yeah.
I don't think
It's like
that-
growing up where the
That's
niggas.
weird to me.
I wouldn't
It's like-
consider it hypocritical. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like I experienced this,
It's
so
like
I don't want
growing
you to
up
fall
where
in
you
that
had
same.
the dope man used to look out for the real popular basketball player. Where it's like, nah, nigga, you can't do this. You got a
brother and them
future.
was like that, yeah.
Yeah.
You got somewhere to
Yeah.
like, nah, nigga, this ain't for you.
This ain't the life
Maybe,
for
or
you.
maybe it's the same thing. I guess. Then I
Yeah.
thought what them young folks be saying.
Because you might have did you
Diabolical. I thought that.
did you
Yeah.
think it would? Do
Still don't know
you
what that
take
word
it
means,
as
just
that's
saying.
hypocritical because it's like, how dare you tell me not to do this
Well,
all the while
I'm-
you're still doing it?
I'm now having a different mindset about it as you guys are talking. But
Okay.
but originally my mindset was like, yeah, like bro, I don't because as a parent, if I'm teaching you something, how dare I stay in that? I can't teach my boys, man. Hey, man, when you walk in here, project your voice, speak, make it be known. If you're talking, you got to repeat yourself. Then I walk in, hey, how y'all doing? Like, nigga.
You want to be the example?
Yeah.
But I think some situations it's not going to.
Don't say, because I think it's different for saying, hey, man, I tried this thing called crack, bro. I'm really stuck in it, man. Stay away from this shit. Versus saying, versus doing something in the act right then and there, and you like, it's like, go upstairs, get out of this room. Nigga, why you rolling up in the house? Nigga, you know you finna come here. You just want a daddy. Get out of here. Like, no, nigga, just smoke that shit somewhere else then, bro. That's different than actually being 10 years vested as a crackhead. And you like, man, look, bro, I can't shake this shit. Stay away from this young blood. Do your thing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
saying?
saying? And maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's just in my mind, it's just like, if I'm teaching you one thing and I'm being transparent about it, at some point I ought not to be doing that thing, man. Like,
and
I think some of the best advice comes from people that make poor choices.
And that's fair too.
Because I'm showing you this is the result of that poor choice.
What you crying for?
My allergies are going crazy.
I'm about to say we striking nerves.
My eyes been over here watering. That's why I got glasses on, because the light is even like.
Was it the crackhead, nigga? What was it?
My sinuses are on the fritz, and I need them to be together before Thursday.
I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing wrong with kind of telling your kids to do the opposite, because I feel like you'll be a horrible person not to
want them to do the opposite.
Tell them to do the opposite after you. It makes sense in my head, man. Tell them to do the opposite after you've seen it through.
No, I understand
not be an active. Whatever you're doing, and be like, man, I'll be doing this, man. Get out of here.
Like,
because for me, I'm going to preach for my sons to go to college.
Say it again.
For me, I'm preaching, and I'm gonna preach for my sons. I've never went to college.
See,
I'm the opposite. I hated school, and they beat it in my head to go. So I'm like, hey, man, you don't gotta go to school. You gotta do something though. You have to do something.
Yeah. So for me, I'm totally opposite. Like you, I feel like.
However, it is a option though. I'm like, hey, man. But do that shit. I hear it's dope. You get to travel, see people. Do it, bro.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, you're able to now create relationships and bonds with people that just on a day-to-day basis, like.
But how dare I mandate that? I think this is a good example. How dare I say, man, you better go to college? It's like,
yeah,
nigga, you hated school. Like, it's different than saying, hey, man, I didn't go.
So this is
mama
the thing.
Didn't go. You should go, man. You're really smart. Do that shit,
and I think that's what a lot of people. I think that's what a lot of people, not only parents, just niggas in general nowadays, is getting confused with things, because, just because something doesn't feel good to me doesn't mean it's not good for me.
I agree with that too.
So yeah, I may not like it, I may not enjoy it, I may hate it. However, on the other side of it, I understand like the benefits of this thing.
I got you.
So. You know what I mean? Like, what is the reward on the other side?
Yeah, but they have to see it in order for them to motivate. Because you can motivate them. You don't always
have to see it, though. Like,
well, no, I'm saying, like, so if you are a person who totally hates school, once you graduate, it's like, I'm done. But unless you realize, like, okay, if I do go to college, then this does open up an opportunity and more doors for me. If I don't see that, then it don't matter to me. School is college. Going to college is going to be. As a parent,
what's the difference between you totally hating your job and still doing it?
I know the benefit. Like, why? I know the benefit of
because you see, because you know, because
which is why I originally.
That's why I said because
you go to a job that you hate, and you're not really making the money. Like, come on now, like.
But people, again, it goes to what I said.
Like the average medium of niggas making money ain't like. No, it ain't really a thing.
But at least, what I'm saying is, but you see the other side of it. A person who don't see the other side of it is not going to be motivation.
There's a difference, and this is what I'm saying. There's a difference between having to do something and like getting to like, I have to do this. That's a whole different feeling.
It is.
So no, why not tell them earlier on? hey, like do this thing because this thing actually is going to open up doors, is going to create opportunities, and that's all you want for your child.
Yeah, that's not the problem.
As many opportunities as I can get in your hand.
But I use the word mandate. That's a different
conversation.
conversation.
Like you saying you have to go to college or you get out of my house.
That's different than saying
that's
hey, man,
now making them say, well then,
hey bro, if
I don't really want to do it, so let me go on and get out the house then.
If you do this,
I think it's all set up on how you word things too. Like if you saying if you don't do this, like no, I understand that, but
what the average black
am I gonna
parent say, bro? Wait till you turn 18. What the fuck is 18?
Yeah, I think
that's why I said you're still a child.
Also ain't really. I think they those are people that had kids, and I don't think those are people that raised their kids.
Yeah.
Where it's like I'm just ready for you to
get on out,
get up out of here, so I don't have to
put
be
you in a
responsible
responsible for you no more. But you're gonna always be responsible for this person. But see, right. But so it's a difference.
Until you sign over legally parental rights, that's always gonna be a responsibility.
But it goes back to the parent. What do and what have you set your kid up? What position have you put them in? Because it's a different conversation than saying, hey man, you got to go to college to be in this house, man. You going to school. And it's like, nah, Pop, that ain't really what I wanted. That ain't really my thing. I kind of like this. You know what I mean? Versus, hey, listen, bro, I didn't go. I've also seen the success of people that did go and would have got them. I've also seen the success people have gotten when they didn't go.
Yeah.
I'm presenting you with an option. I'm telling you why. As opposed to saying, nigga, I ain't go, you going. It's like, nigga, you ain't even go. Who you is to tell me to go? Like,
so that's what I'm saying.
Like, it's
like I feel like that same person. Say you had a kid and you done had this kid out of wedlock or whatever the case may be. Like, no, I'm gonna tell my kid to don't do this because you don't go this route.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna mandate it. I'm gonna preach to my kids to be married.
Absolutely. But
Get
if
married.
they don't, then what?
What do you mean, then what?
I'm
not
saying,
my kid.
Not you.
That's normally how it goes. What do you mean, Harvard? Harvard? That's normally how it goes, nigga. Like,
I'm joking, but seriously,
but no, seriously,
if they don't, I'm not saying, I'm not gonna love them anymore.
Right, but I'm saying, it's like,
from the aspect of knowing. Hey, I know when you have a partner. I know when you have somebody with you. Mm-hmm. Life is a lot easier, especially when you have the right person.
Right.
I understand. I know what not going to college looks like.
Yeah.
I know what I had to go through. Hey, go. Mm-hmm. You go.
But see, that's giving. But see, you saying that and saying, "Oh no, you have to go." That's totally different. You just saying, giving off of your experience of saying, "Hey, son, like life can get hard if you don't go." Versus, "Oh no, you're not gonna do this. Oh, you're definitely going to school." Like then it's like they're gonna feel either extra pressured. So then now, once they get school, now they have a fear of failing because my parents are forcing me to be here. And then if they're not, then I'm going to disappoint them to whatever degree it may be.
Welcome
so
to
then
life.
But no, some things you don't have to.
Welcome to life.
Some things you don't have to put extra pressure on a person.
You have to go to that job. And if you don't,
that don't mean that they're not going to be successful.
That you're not going to be able to
provide.
Because you can say don't you say go to school, but if they went to trade school, they can become more successful going to a trade school versus college. That's still school. But I'm saying, you're not. You're giving them option. That's an option.
No, but see, watch this.
That's not college.
So growing up, my mom.
That's giving an option to.
I'm saying even still,
yourself.
Right. What I'm saying is, it's not just, and maybe I should have clarified. It's not just college. Am I preaching college? Level. Yes, I am. But I just had a conversation with my son. Hey, I think you should. I do want you to go to college. However, if you don't, you're going to trade school.
But that's what I said. You got to do something, bro. And that's what I said earlier.
You going to the army? Like you're
doing something.
You ain't just about to leave here and go get a job.
You gotta walk around naked, nigga. You never be here forever.
And I think that's what you gotta go. I believe that what the sentiment of the older generation was. Whereas, like, no, nigga, you have to do something. You
got to do something.
You got to do something. Lay around. Or you got to go. Because everybody here that call themselves an adult, they doing something. We can't just sit around and not do anything.
Yeah.
Especially as a man.
And that's what I was. That's
So
what I was
you know what I mean? Like, there's a
doing
difference.
something, but forcing them to go which way you want them to go versus allowing them to choose
That's
which
life.
way that. No,
It is.
you
can't
still-
just go out in the real world and do what you want to do, and not. And there's no consequence.
But when you're making a decision
I think it's
of
different.
let me get out of high
decision of
school, when
what
you're making
to
a
do.
decision of
What do I
either
want to
do I
do?
want to go to college,
make a
do I
decision
want to
of
go
do
to trade
something.
school,
There
do I
are
want to go to the
things
Army or
people
Navy?
want to do in
Those
the real
are
world,
options,
and they can't.
but why can't
Simply
they? Though?
because there's rules that you can't do it.
No.
If
So-
I want to drive down the street the wrong way,
That's
why can't
totally
I?
different.
What's the difference?
Yeah,
Because
think-
you-
If I'm swerving out of people's
So here
way,
it
if
is.
I'm doing what I got, there's,
here it is.
There's things you can't do.
So here it is.
Yeah,
and that's life.
I
But
don't
that doesn't
disagree
mean-
with
If,
that.
if,
Right?
the,
But
red,
getting
if the
out of
light is
school-
red, I can't drive through
So
it.
listen, I don't disagree with that.
I can't drive through the
You
stop
can
sign.
if you want to, but
I think
you're
what she's
subject
saying
to
though. Here's what
Right.
she's saying though,
the
right?
consequences.
I think that is very true. There are things you just can't do, but I think what she's saying is though that you got to choose what you want to do first, right? And then you have to understand within choosing what you do, there are going to be times and
comes
days
with
when
it?
you don't want to do that shit. But if you don't do that, nigga, you don't reap the benefits of doing it. It's kind of like if a nigga listen,
people
if
that know-
if a nigga gave you 5 jobs right now, bro, to pick from right now, and you pick the job based off what you
or they
think,
pick the job for you.
or whatever,
Then what?
and you pick, however it go, you pick the jobs.
You
right?
had options, but they picked
and
it
you
for
picked
you.
the job, and you like, I thought I was gonna like this. You end up doing the job. You like it pay well. I think the people are halfway decent. Sometimes they shitty, but I hate the hours. I don't like the schedule. I work too much. Then you realize like, but if I don't come here, I don't reap the benefits of getting the paycheck, providing for my family.
I'm living that.
Right. So I think that's what she's saying. Like, that's very true. However, it starts with the choice.
Yeah,
What
you
do
had
I
the
want?
option.
You gotta choose something. Either go to school, go to trade, play this sport, play that sport. Because most niggas like playing sports until they realize how much work you gotta do outside of practice. Oh, it ain't. It's limited. It's not limited to the 4 walls of
Yeah, you gotta-
between 4 to 8.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Like,
gotta
no,
run. I hate any boxer will tell you I hate running. I jump rope 40 rounds. I spar 117. Running, nigga? I gotta do that all the time? Oh man, nigga.
Yeah,
I'm straight. But I chose the sport.
I agree.
So once you choose what you do, then you don't have a choice to do it. Like, nigga, you chose to do this, you gotta roll with the punches to what it
Yeah,
takes to do
now
this.
it.
That's
yeah.
what she's saying.
But
Right.
being
So I
forced to
agree
do
with you on that.
something,
But being forced to do something out the gate, nigga, go to that college.
you don't
Like,
even have. Yeah, because your
do that
motivation
major.
for
You
that
like,
it's not even
nigga.
for yourself anymore.
Nah, I don't want to do the school.
And they
or the
don't have to
major,
worry
so I never
about
had a
providing
choice.
for a family or
Again.
anything when they just coming out of school.
Again, I feel like that's the problem with our community. You have Indian people, you have African people. You either gonna be a doctor, engineer.
That doesn't
I
make it
don't
right.
agree
though.
with that though.
But that doesn't make it right because
They also
they're
choose
only
they
giving.
also choose their spouse for them too.
They
marrying
do.
doggy bone
And
over there.
They also are married longer.
And then
Yeah,
he
and they
be-
also commit suicide a lot and become bombers and kill other people along with them.
Indian
Therefore, we need to.
Indian people and African people don't.
you think they're not
What?
abusive though?
They're not bombers.
Or they're not abusive is what I'm saying.
I'm about to
I
say
said
that
that if you
you're
people are
subjective
abusive.
to a lot more.
You chose doggy
No.
bone. He be beating your
You're
daughter.
subjective to a lot more on the other side of their
P.
culture versus you got to be a doctor or an engineer. Like, but if you ever talk to those people, that's not what they wanted to do. But because of the disappointment,
Are they reaping the benefits of
no,
the choice?
not really. It
not
doesn't
all the
even
time.
matter because they're
I
not
don't
even
think you
happy with
believe
their
that, D.
life.
You can't.
Why don't
They
So-
are
so
not
do you-
happy with their life
so
just
let me
because
ask
they
you.
making all this money. They're not fulfilled because they did something
you
that
believe-
someone else
so do-
wanted them to do, and it
you-
wasn't their
Do
passion.
you honestly believe that people whose parents have made choices for them, those kids who eventually grow to be adults, just because they're reaping the benefits of it, they enjoy the decision made for them?
Yes, by and large, I believe that they appreciate the decisions that was made. What am I saying differently?
Appreciate and enjoy are two different things.
So is Shaq not enjoying the decisions his dad made when he was younger?
He benefited from them.
He's also, by him benefiting, he's enjoying it.
Not necessarily.
How is he not enjoying it?
Because
did Michael Jackson not enjoy the decisions?
No. If you listen to his interviews, Michael Jackson did not enjoy. He did not enjoy that.
So you think he would have been okay with just working at a plant?
No.
He didn't want to. He did not want to sing.
I'm not saying that. I'm also, but
the decisions that my dad made when I was younger
benefited me.
Did you not?
It benefited me, and I'm enjoying the benefits.
I'm reaping the. I'm enjoying
the benefits.
Did you not watch American Dream?
I got a monkey.
Hey, excuse me, sir. Did you not watch American Dream?
You got a monkey. I got a monkey. Oh, you got a cat.
It's people who
I got a monkey named
people
Bubbles.
out here with monkeys that don't even have. I got one in my backyard.
I got in my backyard,
But no, do you understand? But do you understand why he had all of that? Because he didn't have a childhood. Because he was forced to do what his father wanted him to do.
Welcome to adulthood.
No, that's not adulthood.
What do you mean?
That's not adulthood.
The things that I couldn't do when I was younger.
Yeah, no.
I got McDonald's money. What you talking about?
That's totally different.
So listen,
what's the difference?
Listen, while
I wasn't able to do something when I was younger, now that I'm at a...
So if your mother if your mother forced you into something...
Being an adult is doing things I wasn't able to do when I was younger.
So listen,
but when you're only getting out of high school, that's not enjoying things.
I'm able to wake up and eat candy early in the morning. You know why?
We're talking about
I'm grown.
We're talking about high school. Because
I got my own money.
Who are just now about to set foot in the world. They're not thinking about what you had them do. Their first priority is not, when I become 25, I'll be able to eat candy in the morning when I want to, and nobody's gonna tell me nothing because I was forced to do all of this when I was younger. That is not the attitude that someone in a forced
going through it. No, of course it doesn't feel good. Again, once I'm out of it, things that don't feel good to me doesn't mean it's not good for me.
So watch this.
This isn't good now.
So watch this.
However, I understand on the other end, niggas is paying, bro, you paying life insurance, right? For your kids.
I do.
I'm pretty sure you can name some other things that you could be paying for with that money, correct?
Like a haircut right
now.
But
he's not forcing his kids to pay for their own life insurance.
It's not enjoyable to him.
No, watch this.
Again.
No, watch this. So watch this.
His kids are also going to reap the.
So I agree.
That's the thing of being an adult.
So I'm
making a choice for you because I know this is better for you.
But listen, I agree.
I can buy you these shoes.
I agree.
Or I can put money into this life insurance, and nigga, you can have your own shoes when I die.
But listen, so I buy
every shoe you want.
I agree with the concept, right? That at some point,
crying them all.
It's really called sacrifice. Listen, I wholeheartedly agree with a sacrifice has to be made. That at some point, I think as a parent, we do have to put our kids through some shit that they may or may not enjoy because we see as an adult, we see and or may know the end result. What I am saying is, though, I don't think that at every situation that's the case, that I have to make a kid go through these rigorous things that they really don't enjoy, even though they'll end up growing to enjoy the benefits of what I put them through. If I wasn't hard on you, bro, you wouldn't have got to this level. You wouldn't be able to enjoy this if I didn't push you, if I didn't pressure you. All I'm saying is that it doesn't always have to be mandated. Yeah. I don't have to make you say, hey, like with me, I've been boxing almost 20 years, bro. Boxing is not a sport that I will mandate on my kids. It's not the same as basketball and football where you can walk in and be like, man, you better run them damn suicides. It ain't nothing but running, boy. Boxing is far more rigorous. It's like, nah, nigga, if you don't want to do this, don't do it. However, if and when you commit to it, I'm on your ass, bro. We got to run. We got to eat a certain way. We got to live a certain lifestyle. Nigga, I'm on you.
I also believe, because I'm in that same boat, I also believe because you didn't see the other side of it, it's not necessarily pushed.
What if your son came to you, bro? I'm just throwing something out there. What if your son came to you and said, Dad, I really have no dreams of going to the NBA, bro. This basketball shit just fun. While I'm in school, bro. Would you yell as much from the audience, from the crowd? Would you push him as much? If you just like, the nigga really cool with being in the NBA for 10 years and you don't know his name and getting the check. Would you do as much? If he came to you like, look, Pops, this shit cool. I see.
I'm still going to be supportive simply because I know what that feels like.
But would you be as hard, though, D? Would you be as hard? Would you be as like you would if the nigga like, look, Pop, I really want to go to the NBA, man. I don't see nothing else but this. Nigga, you own him. I got to change my schedule around because I want to be there for my son to run these laps in the morning. You're not going to be as hard, bro. If he say, Pops, I want to do the bare minimum in this sport. I really just like hooping and chilling with my friends. Everybody going to the same school and the same team. So, nigga, I'm doing it.
I do agree. I wouldn't be as hard. I will also tell him,
I ain't gonna be at every game, nigga.
Yeah, like try something, do something different that you do have a passion for.
So that's to me, am I understanding right? That's no different than saying, well, just give him an option of what he want to do. And then, based off his commitment or her commitment, then you be on their ass, bro.
So that goes to
because you can push your kids to resentment,
that
and
goes
because
to two things.
You push them so far to what they did.
They don't like it no more.
I've never seen the other side of basketball when you really push yourself, like, and really get the goal in a sense.
So you're gonna push harder for them because you never seen that,
right? So that speaks to that. That also speaks to, hey, if you're saying that this is something that you don't want to do, or you just like, again, like do something different, because I understand how it feels to be doing something and then you're not getting the support from the parent.
But having support versus being forced to do something that you never had in your mind to do is something totally different.
Basketball. So again, basketball is not that important for me to push you to like cram you. To me, no. Like whether you play basketball or not, nigga, you're gonna go to school. You gonna get an education, and you gonna go further.
I mean, it's good to have something to fall back, but if
like basketball, if you really do this, son, it's going to get you a scholarship. So, nigga, me and mommy don't have to pay for nothing. However,
so then that means it's important. Because if you work on it enough, if you go to wherever
it's not important because to me,
how is it not important?
The important thing is you going to school after school.
It's just a business move.
You're going to college.
To have something to fall back on. But if it's not college and it's something else other than that, and it still gets them to a higher level, I don't think there's something wrong with that.
Right. I'm still pushing you to trace. Again, like I said, I reiterated, let me be clear. When I'm saying school, I'm also talking about trade school.
I know. I'm saying you're going to get was beyond that. I'm just saying.
Right. So what I'm saying is
forcing them to do something that they don't want to do.
You're going to get pushed.
You're gonna get pushed out.
That's not my argument, though.
Being forced, you're gonna get pushed out.
Definitely pushed.
What's the difference between a push and a force? What do you mean?
The word mandate.
The word. I mean, like.
What's the difference between?
So why do you think
if you're stationary and somebody's pushing you?
So wait a minute. Why do you think that they can't go from? Why do you think that they can't go from being in high school, depending on what high school they go to, where they get actual learning where it could actually benefit them in the business world, so where they don't have to go to a trade school or go to college, but they yet can go and work at an actual company and be making money, good money. It didn't take schooling.
It did.
It didn't take extra schooling, I should say, because what you did in high school allowed you enough to get. What I said from the start, I gotta answer your question.
What college does, what schooling and these things does, is open up more opportunities.
Yes,
whether that be with relationships or just the opportunity to do it. Go do it. Don't like it. Don't matter. As a parent, there's a ton of things that I do that I don't like, but I understand why I'm doing it is for the better.
So I don't.
But
I don't disagree
and as
with
a
your
man,
logic.
but
I don't disagree with your logic.
And also as a man,
a parent sacrifice
there's
and a
gonna
kid
be
sacrifice
things
are
as a
always going to
man-
be different until that kid becomes an adult and then now takes on the role of true responsibility. Of course, it's always going to
So,
be different.
me as a father,
but you can't
and as
put
a
your
man,
parent. You can't
it's
put
my
your
job
parental.
to prepare you for
But
that.
you
So
can't
I
put
don't-
your
so I
don't
parental
teach you how to be a
rights
man when
on
you a
your
man.
kid.
All right, so watch this.
It's too late.
So watch this. Here we go. I don't disagree with your logic in life in the sense of, especially as a man and as a father, of the push. My job as a man, as a father, is to push you. My whole position has just been, I don't think that always means mandating or dictating the total decision for you. I think that it prompts at sometimes options, man. Sometimes, nigga, I know for sure this is going to get you here. You ain't got no say so, bro. I'm not knocking that. I just don't think that always means the case. And for the second time, we're going to push through. What's the difference between mandating and options, right? Crazy analogy. Probably never happened. And we got 9 hours. You mandated, bro. You gonna call your wife, nigga, and be like, babe, I gotta stay an extra hour at work. And we got 9 hours if you want it, and we paying double. The options have changed. I don't fucking want to do 9 hours. Double the pay sound real good though.
I knocked them.
They said we got 9 hours if we want to. You want me home? You cook? Do the boys miss me? I might come to the crib, but they paying double. Oh no, babe, stay. Make that money. That's the difference. It's the same thing in life where it's like, hey man, it's the same thing though of mandating something and then breaking down the incentives of what you do. Hey man, if you do this, son, I know for sure it'll get you this. I ain't saying you got to do it. Shout out to Miss Gatling. It probably behooves you.
30-30. Ain't that what
30-30 Fairview. It probably behooves you, man. Benefits you is what that means.
It's imperative.
It probably benefits you to do this though, son. Here's why. Here's what it, and in some cases, bro, you might just have to be like, well, I respect your decision and your choice. Here's the other option though. You gotta do something though, nigga. You don't see my vision and see what cool. What's your game plan?
Yeah, bring something feasible to the table. Don't just be a bum out here.
I'm micromanaging to the sense to where I'm saying, hey, you have to go to this school. You got to be there at this time. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is, I'm going to mandate and push you. If I'm giving options, I'm not asking you, hey, do you want to go to trade school or no, nigga? You're going to do this or that. That's a mandate. I'm telling you.
Still an option.
So what happens when
regardless of the option?
I'm mandating you to pick one, nigga.
But no, I'm just asking. So what happens if they say I don't want to do this or that?
What's your game plan?
Go out in the world and find out then. Because what are you going to do?
So
go out in the world.
The other. This, that, and the other. I'm going to go do the other.
So you can't do the other here.
That goes back.
Go do the other.
That goes back to what I said about your
parent. Go do the other. And if
why
you got all the answers,
that's not
go
having
find
all
it
the
out.
answers. That's not having all the answers.
What's the difference? If I'm telling you what, hey, this is what you
gonna
do, and you say, "No, I don't want to do this."
It goes back to what I said earlier, though. What has you as the parent?
My neurons define quicker than yours.
As the parent, what have you exposed them to broaden their options? What have you introduced them to?
So
what? Because if I say do this or that, and you be like, "No, pops, I ain't really rocking with that. I really want to do this." But if you only limit them to two things, and they like, "Nigga, I'm only doing these two things, bro, because you told me I had to do them. I never really liked these things. But while I was here not liking this, I seen something I did like. But I ain't really fuck with that because you only gave me two options." Versus I exposed them to 12 different things, bro. And I said, "Hey, nigga, I have these two things set for you, bro. This is what you're going to do." "No, pops, I hear you, bro. But I really like option one, man. Like I've been looking up to it. So I really want to do this, bro."
I believe that's the problem with society, in the world, where people people have this understanding of I have options. When you have too many options,
But why do you feel like
when you have too many options, you end up 9 times out of 10, you never make a choice.
That's
not true,
I don't disagree.
Not for everything.
I tell my patients that.
We see this in society now.
I tell the nurses, hey
Just
man,
because-
don't give them an option, because when you give them an option, they're gonna always choose the lesser option. So the less you know, the more
Not
you know.
even the lesser option.
However,
you end up always believing that there's more options. There's more.
I don't think that's always the mindset.
So it's
though.
You
not.
have
It's a
people-
point to not
and we
grow.
gon- we
So
gon-
if you're gonna
Have
grow,
you
wouldn't
traveled-
that mean
you travel a
that
lot?
there's more
Yeah.
out there
You
for
travel a
you?
lot, right?
You
We travel
haven't
at
seen.
least
You
4 times a
haven't
year.
been everywhere.
So you traveling has broadened your horizon of make you want to travel more places.
to understand there's more out there than just America.
Because there's some niggas that be like, I ain't never leaving Michigan. And then they go to Chicago. Just Chicago. 4 hours away. And be like,
Oh, this is
nigga,
nice.
I gotta go to New York. And they go to New York and be like, nigga, I gotta go to the Bahamas.
Yeah, I don't-
because they get exposed. I'm one of them people. I never leave Michigan, bro. I love Detroit. I love Four Seasons, nigga, and went. It's crazy. I went to my very first trip was Texas. First time I got on a plane was to Dallas. It's fucking the clouds so beautiful they look fake. What's next? After that, went to Houston. After Houston, nigga, I went to LA. After LA, I went back to Chicago 3-4 times. After Chicago,
Yeah,
nigga, we went on a cruise, nigga, and I was in the air with you, nigga. Pause on the parasailing, like, God real.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, if there are different hues of blue in the ocean, what more is there to see? My point is, I got it. It's not the options.
That wasn't
it's not
given
the
to
options,
you.
D.
That
It's
wasn't
the
given to you.
exposure.
That
It's
wasn't
the
given to you
exposure,
as an
though.
option.
But it's the
was.
exposure.
Hey,
I was exposed.
We're going on a cruise. You coming or not? Yes.
That's an option. You're coming or not is an option.
Auntie
So
Reese
yes,
definitely-
How
now
many
I'm
options do you
coming.
have?
Yes or no?
You got 2 options, nigga.
You're
You
saying
either
two
going
things,
here
though.
That's always
or
been-
there.
that's always
If
been
you
my
don't
option.
choose that, right? Y'all
But
just
even
saying
though-
you need.
Then you
Even
stuck at
though
home. You in the
had
city.
that option,
You at home in the
guess
city.
what?
No.
You at home in the city.
Y'all
You ain't
just
doing
said
nothing. You ain't
no.
doing nothing.
We need to give 12. You need to do.
I didn't
do-
say you
Exposure. I
had to
said
have
exposure.
12 options, but mandating
Exposure
only
is not
the way you
options
want
though. That's
some-
not
How
you
is that-
being exposed to something. This it's not that's not
How
giving
is
the
it not?
option.
How is it not?
No, it's not. Exposure makes.
How me exposing you
Listen,
something
exposure
equals an option?
Exposure
Because you're
gives
either
you
giving me the
options.
option to be in
Bro.
what I'm exposed to or stay the same way.
Kayla, let me ask you a
Is
question.
that not an
P, let
option
me ask you
to
a
be
question.
better or
In
not
life-
be better?
Let me ask you a question. Based off where y'all been, wherever y'all husbands have taken y'all, the exposure to have where you have been. If your husband said, "Hey, where you want to go?" You have an option now to choose a place that you've already been exposed to, simply because you've been there. I remember what it was like when I went there. I had a fucking blast.
I remember the feeling.
I remember the feeling. That's always an option. Or you get to say, I've never done this.
Okay.
So I want to go. So all I'm saying
It's
is
Women's
that
Month.
all I'm saying is that
We're
exposure.
gonna stay on topic.
Exposure
And
does.
it's Women's Month.
But I'm saying is,
and we're gonna stay on topic, and we're gonna be
all
realistic.
I'm saying is
so
exposure
why is
does.
it when you
exposure
ask?
does create options.
It doesn't. When you ask them, "Hey, what do you want to eat?"
Nigga,
It's too many options.
I don't disagree with
You
that either.
nigga, do you want chicken or beef? Okay, well I had chicken 2 days ago. I want beef. Pause. But what I'm saying, when you give people so many options,
I agree with
you
that,
have
though.
too much.
I agree with that too.
Again, that's what's wrong with. Oh no, I have a guy.
I agree
You have
with that.
women,
I just don't think
and you
I
have guys
But
that
too
they are
many
meeting
but
people
that
that's
doesn't-
really good for them. Nah, it's something better.
But watch this.
I'm a hold out.
I don't know.
Now-
If, I don't know if I'm tripping.
Now
or
you
not.
this old and you've never experienced
But listen,
because it was always something better.
I don't.
No, that was already
in
there.
one breath. I agree, right? And then in the same breath, it's kind of weird. I also say, well, nigga, come to the table and be like, babe, we eating steak tonight. There's no other option. We eating steak tonight. I'm not
That's
giving.
being
I agree.
that's being a dictator.
It's mandating.
Right.
So,
So,
I agree with you and understand too, but I'm also saying in the same breath too that and sometimes I'm gonna ask for the sake of asking, babe, you hungry? What you want? And I'm gonna go through the rigorous waiting and passing 43 restaurants of saying, just whatever you want, babe. So I'm not disagreeing with you in total, bro. I'm also just saying there needs to be a flexibility in parenting where we because we're the adult and ideally we've seen it already. We have a vision and we say, hey man, I'm doing what I know to be best for you. And as relationship change with the child and communication changes, at some point there can be a flex where it's like, hey man, here's my blueprint for you, bro. What you thinking?
Right.
What's up with you?
I understand that.
Where you going?
But what I'm saying is this: when you, as a parent,
I don't know if I can agree and disagree, but I agree and disagree.
No, I understand what you're saying.
I do,
and you can agree to disagree.
Yeah. I agree.
But as a parent, and when you're in your child's life, you know your kids.
You know your kid.
You know your kids' tendencies, right? Do. So again, when you know your child tendencies, I know you lazy.
I ain't finna give you no options, nigga.
I'm not giving you an option.
I understand.
I know if I leave you to your own merit,
it's over.
You gonna be right here.
So
no, my man, you got this or that, or the other is go find out.
I don't
put your hand on the stove.
I understand that wholeheartedly.
Or you can listen to me and say, nigga, you put your it's gonna burn. So don't do that.
But what happens if? Never mind.
Well, we end up at Children's. I told the nigga, Doc.
Well, I already said I'm just gonna agree to disagree.
Like I said, I agree to disagree. I do think there are tiers.
I mean, and like I said, I do understand that when you give somebody too many options, but to only give your children options that you feel that you want them to do versus allowing them to explore and better themselves and make the decision
that's
when
how
it
your
comes.
Kids, that's how your son.
No,
hey,
I'm saying there's certain.
Can I try something?
You got too many options.
No, when it comes down to like picking whether it's
what what you think?
Like when it's certain things, I believe that you're a child. No, I don't have children, but I was a child.
As for me and my house.
And I respect that.
We weren't so
yeah, and I respect that.
But
which is why I
said we weren't mandated
as for me
to
and
do
my house,
anything besides graduate from high school. Once you graduated from high school, yes, you had to do something. But it was not mandated. These are your options, and if this is not your options, you gotta go. As someone who was almost given that to where I want you, this is what I feel like you should do for your life. That's not what I have for my life. So therefore, I'm not going to, because I did so much and stayed places so long, hating where I was, but because of the disappointment that would come from my parents and things, if I did not stick it out and do it. Yeah, no, when I had the option to leave that situation and stuff, I was up out of there and found better. Yeah. So I was never subjected to, oh, you're never going to find better if you don't do this, that, and the third. That's not true. There's other avenues. Us growing up versus the kids that grow up now, they have more exposure to certain things. Back in the day, it was like you only had the NBA to look forward to or go to school. You weren't given many different options to excel.
Or crack, because you were born in the 80s,
and we wouldn't.
Yeah.
It was 80s. Crack.
Not this. No, the crack era was before me.
Crack was
Thank you. It was strong. It was strong before. I was closer to the 90s than I was the 80s.
You smoke crack, don't you?
But I'm telling you, there's okay. It's a way to softly guide your children, so to speak, into the way that you feel like you want them to go versus forcing it, because I'm telling you, they're going to grow up and resent you. And then you're gonna lose. No, so you'll risk
and be a doctor at your house.
Risk
and build
losing your
family.
Relationship with your kid based off the career that they end up in life.
All right, so I'll
be okay with that.
You would be okay with never speaking to your child again.
I did my job.
Okay.
I did my job.
I'll say this.
Okay.
I'll say this, right?
I did my job.
Okay.
Hey, man, God tells us this, bro.
Michael Jackson got the money to go through counseling.
Hey, man.
You welcome, nigga.
Listen, I do not. It's weird.
I made you better.
I'm on the fence.
I started you off black, nigga. You ended up white.
Because I.
Nigga, you great. Nigga, I'm great. Nigga, what you mean? Yeah.
Most niggas change sports. Nigga, you changing everything.
Hey, I made you great.
I'll say this, man, because I understand.
What about that?
I understand
You
both
just
sides.
been a nigga. What a big nose.
I understand both sides of the fence, right? And there are some things I take from both sides, right? God says this, man. I'm gonna paraphrase. Raise the kid and teach the kid. Train them. Raise them up in the way they should go. And then when they get a little grown, a little older, you're going to remember those things you taught them and you trained them and you gave to them and you poured it to them. And they going to go your way. At the end of the day, they going to go your way anyway. They going to remember, damn, Pops was kind of solid. The nigga had a point. He might have been right. My mom used to tell me, you better go to school. You got to go to college. You got to do this. And realize my grades weren't up to par. So she settled for a nigga just graduate from high school. My dad used to always tell me, nigga, go to trade school. Dad, I ain't doing that shit. I'm going to go to college. Because my mom was pumping that. Got older and realized, like, damn, I should have picked a trade. Because it would have been a little easier. Point is, at some point, whatever your parents teach you, mandate you, or give you the option to do, you're going to resort back to the shit, man. So choose you this day, man. What you going to do and who you going to serve,
Have
man.
faith in your kids that whatever you teach them as that they were younger, they're going to use it.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that either. But God tell you to raise the kid. Train them up in the way they should go.
Trust me.
And when they get older, they ain't going to stray. They not going to stray too far from your vision is what I interpret that to mean. The vision you have for them and what you poured into them, they won't stray that far from that.
Yeah, but that scripture is also used wrong. Like, honestly, that's more so, that's cultivating your child. If I know Joe Jackson, I know this nigga's nice. This little nigga, I'm going to train him up in the way that he should go.
That's
nigga, Mike was, that's where you should go.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do whatever I have to, nigga, to get you there.
And I'm not straying far.
That's where you supposed to go. And you ain't going to go from, because nigga, that's your path.
So even
I know my child. I understand who you are.
His gifts and his talents, bro. I see it. I see it before he see it.
Before you even know who you, nigga, I know who you is.
I understand that wholeheartedly, and he ain't gonna stray far from that. He gonna get so many years into basketball before he try baseball. He ain't going too far from he gonna retire and then unretire and then retire and retire again. He ain't going too far. I trained him. I get it. I wholeheartedly get it, man. So I get it. I think it's a dope conversation. I think it's subjective to the parent, the kids. My mom used to always say that to me. Boy, I had you. I know you. You don't know shit. Shut up. You don't know shit.
I do.
She knew me.
Yeah.
Nah, I'd be like, nigga, you mine. You're lying. Your widow's peak stand up when you're lying. What's a widow peak, daddy? That's how I know you lying. You don't know what it is, nigga. Man, train up your kid in the way you think they should go, man. Pour into them what you think they should be poured into. Pour into them what you think and you see that they have a gift in, that they are talented in, that you know they'll reap the benefits of the work they put in, man. I don't disagree with that. It's been a great conversation. I think it makes for a great conversation. But they're your kids, man. Do what you want to do with them. Either raise them or have them. It's up to you. I'm voice 1.
Hey, yo, I'm voice 2.
And I'm voice 3.
Easy. Peace in the